Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we are pulling back the curtain on Jason Orkel's upcoming July 8th, 2026 PLR launch, which is called the Recurring Roadmap. We're going to tear this offer down completely to see if it's a genuine, usable asset for your business, or, if it's just destined to become another zip file sitting in a downloads folder that you'll absolutely never open. If you've been around the digital marketing block a few times, you probably know how these launches usually play out. But today, we're bringing the hard data and the fine print right up to the surface. Here is our agenda for today. We're kicking things off with the $1 promise, then defining private label rights, unboxing the front end, digging inside the hidden funnel, analyzing the licensing fine print, and finally delivering our verdict. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the $1 promise. Right off the bat, you're hit with this intense, immediate scarcity. A countdown timer tells you that you've got just over 100 hours to grab a complete, done-for-you list-building funnel. The promise they're making here is honestly massive. Stop wasting your time creating lead magnets from scratch and just deploy this pre-built system in under 10 minutes. The sales copy is specifically engineered to crank up the urgency, basically warning you that successful people are fast action takers and that the price could just skyrocket if you close the page and come back later. But the entire hook really hinges on this incredibly low entry price of just $1 single. Now, in the wild world of affiliate marketing and product launches, a $1 offer usually sets off a few alarm bells, right? Like, is this a loss leader? Is the actual cost hiding behind a maze of upsells? And more importantly, can a product that literally costs less than a cheap cup of coffee actually give you high-quality content that your subscribers will care about? To figure that out, we really have to understand the specific rights attached to it. So, moving on to section 2, defining private label rights. Private label rights, or PLR for short, basically means you are buying a license that lets you slap your own name on the content. You can edit it, you can rebrand it, and you can publish it out to the world exactly as if you wrote it from scratch yourself. But, and this is absolutely crucial, you do not automatically own the underlying copyright the way the original creator does. You are essentially buying a really permissive template. And this brings up a super common point of confusion in this market. Buying this PLR package does not mean you suddenly have master resell rights. With this specific PLR, you can create a shiny finished PDF and sell it or give it away for free to build up your email list. But you cannot sell the PLR permissions to your own email list. You can't let your buyers rebrand it as their own, unless, of course, you purchase a specific upgrade later on in the funnel. Grasping this distinction is exactly what keeps you legally safe and ensures you're deploying the asset the right way. Let's dive into section 3, unboxing the front end. So what do you actually get for your dollar? Well, you instantly receive 2 core components. First up, there's a fresh, expertly written 3,210-word report all about developing predictable, recurring affiliate cash flow. Alongside that, you get standalone mobile responsive lead capture and delivery pages. What's actually fantastic about these is that they don't require any fancy extra software, heavy page builders, or expensive plugin dependencies to run. You literally just upload them, and they automatically adapt perfectly to whatever device your audience is using. When you map it all out, the package is surprisingly robust for just $1. You're getting the 3,210-word report, those mobile-ready capture and delivery pages, a really professional set of product e-cover graphics, matching promotional banner images in all the popular sizes so you can start driving traffic immediately, plus the fully editable source files. The vendor claims that outsourcing all of this would cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and honestly, just hiring a decent ghostwriter for a 3,000-word guide is definitely going to cost you way more than $1. What's really fascinating here is the inclusion of those source files. Specifically, you're getting the docx format for the text and the PSD format for the graphics. This proves that genuine, deep customization is actually on the table. You aren't just stuck with some flattened, generic PDF that you can't tweak. You have the raw materials to go in there, change up the color scheme, update the fonts, and completely mold this thing to fit your own unique brand identity. Okay, time for section 4, inside the hidden funnel. Now we get to the back-end machinery that you definitely won't see advertised on the main sales page. That $1 front end? It's so incredibly cheap because it's just a gateway. Right at checkout, bam, there's a $9.97 order bump for a 30-day traffic plan swipe bundle. Then you're hit with a cross-sell for 24 other PLR lead magnets at $17.75. After that, they offer a recurring $2.99 membership trial for ongoing PLR access. And finally, OTO1, a $17 upsell for unrestricted PLR. which is the exact thing that removes those resale restrictions we were just talking about. So yeah, the $1 gets you in the door, but the creator is absolutely making their real profit on all these optional upgrades. Which brings us to Section 5, Licensing and Fine Print. The licensing terms on that initial front-end offer are surprisingly specific. You have a lot of freedom to sell or give away the finished PDF. You can bundle it with other products, you can offer it as a bonus, or you can even break it down into smaller bits of website content. But you absolutely cannot sell the source files, you cannot claim the original copyright, and you cannot pass on the private label rights to your own buyers. If your entire business model is built around reselling PLR rights to other marketers, you are basically forced to buy that $17 upsell we just looked at. We also need to look at who is actually enforcing this fine print. The creator, Jason Oikel, has a very verified, multi-year production schedule. A little digging shows he has a steady history of dropping bi-weekly releases under an Easy series, covering everything from Facebook ads to WordPress security. He's even been recognized in Independent Warrior forum threads as a known, reliable entity. And this matters. It means this isn't just some anonymous fly-by-night launch that's going to completely vanish by tomorrow. The creator actually has a reputation to uphold. But you have to be aware of this strict rule buried right at the bottom of the sales page. The quote is crystal clear. All sales are final. There's no refund offered on this PLR package. There are zero exceptions for technical difficulties or buyer's remorse here. Because you're instantly downloading editable source files that you can't really return, the vendor is enforcing a super strict no refund policy. You are buying this asset entirely as is, so you really need to be certain you want it before you click that buy button, even if it is just a single dollar out of your pocket. All right, it is time for Section 6, the final verdict. The big question we're left with is this. Is just buying a $1 pre-made package really enough to get subscribers rolling in automatically? The sales page definitely wants to make it sound like this magic bullet where you set it up in 10 minutes and just watch the money roll in. But as our teardown shows, having the content is literally only half the battle. A beautifully designed lead magnet without any eyeballs on it is completely useless. To actually succeed with this package, you've got to put in a little bit of targeted elbow grease. Step 1. You need to swap out the introduction and conclusion of the report so you can inject your own unique voice. Step 2, you actually have to open those PSD files and rebrand the graphics with your own brand colors. Otherwise, it's going to look absolutely identical to every other buyer's version out there. And step 3, you have to set up your traffic sources. Whether that means chopping those 3,000 words down into a month of social media posts or pushing it to your existing list, you have to be the one to drive the traffic. Which brings us to the final verdict. The Recurring Roadmap PLR is a highly functional, really solid package for just $1. It's a fantastic shortcut if you're starting from scratch and you desperately need a squeeze page and a report live today. Just a single downstream sale of the finished report could easily put you in profit. But it absolutely requires you to respect those strict licensing terms, put in the actual customization work, and accept the finality of the sale. It's a useful tool for sure, but it is not a lottery ticket. So, the only question left to ask yourself is about your own execution. Are you actually ready to take action, customize these files, and start building your email list? Or if you buy this on July 8th, is it just going to become another forgotten zip file sitting in a digital folder gathering dust forever? The asset is sitting right there, the price couldn't be lower, but the follow-through, well, that is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.